how's everybody doing? This is Tank and Trucker, and today I'm gonna do another premium. I've never done. It's the Type 59. I want to do a review on it. I know a lot of people don't have it, but I just want to show you that if you can get your hands on it, it is still well worth the money. It's basically half the tank it used to be. When it first came out, this thing, I mean, it's still a good tank, but it used to be a freaking beast. I mean, basically, you could come up on an E100 and an E100 would haul tail and run from this thing because it was that good. Now it takes, 3 of these to take out an E100. It's just not close to what it used to be. I wish I could find the stats of what it used to be, and I think your jaw would hit the floor. Just a way better tank when it first came out. But anyways, so what do you get when you hear about the Type 59, the infamous Type 59 that everybody wants? So you get 1,300 hit points. For your armor, you have 100 in your front hull and 200 in your frontal turret armor. You get 80 in the side on your hull and 130 on your turret. And you get 45 in the hull in the rear and 60 on the turret. And don't forget, you get a nice big chunk of wood there in case you get stuck. So let's go over the BB gun. So you get a 100 millimeter Type 59. Huh, gee whiz, I wonder if it's that named the Type 59 because you're in a Type 59. Yeah, bad sense of humor, I know. Rate of fire 6.9 rounds a minute. Standard pen sucks at 181, but your premium rounds make up for it at 241, which still isn't really phenomenal, considering a lot of the newer mediums that are coming out have like 216, 270 pen. Your HE rounds are at 50 millimeters of penetration. Average damage is 250 for your standard and your APCR, which you get APCR for your premium rounds. Awesome. And 330 damage with your HE if you fully penetrate. Average damage per minute is 1724. Dispersion is 0.39 and aim time is 2.9 seconds. Now I got a pretty decent crew in this. This is actually the second crew I've had in this. The first one I had in it, I trained up. I think I had 4 crew skills and put them in, I can't remember, my Type 5 Heavy or Type 4 Heavy, something like that. But this is my second crew that I've been training up, and I've got 2 full crew skills, and my third working on that now at like 60% almost. On this, I went with a gun rammer, vents, and vertical stabilizers. Vertical stabilizers are just way better. If you can use vertical stabs, always use those over gun lane drive any day of the week. And I meant gun rammer. If I said gun lane drive, I meant gun rammer. So, sorry about that. But, as you can see, let me see. My reload time is 7.2 seconds. So my rate of fire is 8.35 versus 6.9. The turret traverse is 50.15, and the hull traverse is 50.15 also. So if you get a scout trying to circle you, you can usually keep up with them, spinning the tank and turrets, so you don't have to really worry about getting circled too bad. My gun depression is -7 and +20, so not the best gun depression in the world, but it's doable. My aim time is 2.66 versus the 2.9 second stock, and my dispersion is 0.36 versus 0.39, which is the stock. So having a decent crew in there brings those numbers down. My average damage per minute is 2,089 versus, where is it, 1724. Duh. Weight limit is 36.5 tons, so kind of in the middle of the road on weight. I mean, if you smack into a light scout, you'll hurt them pretty bad and probably won't do a whole lot of damage yourself. But I wouldn't suggest ramming into like heavy tanks. That's not going to do much to them, but it will do a lot to you. It's got a 520 horsepower engine. Specific power to weight is 14.27, which is pretty good. It'd be better if it was up around 19. That way you'd have that better takeoff and you'd be able to maintain your speed better, because for a medium sometimes it just feels sluggish. Top speed is 56 in forward and 20 in reverse, and you'll get to that 56, but like if you hit a hill, you're gonna slow down quite substantially. Concealment is 18.7, which is pretty good. View range is 411, that's all right. It's pretty good. So anything over 400, I usually feel is pretty good. And signal range is 654. So if you want to hold on for a second, I'll be right back with a replay for you and see how we can do. So we got a match on Swamp, and this is basically the worst matchup you can get in a Type 59 when you got 3 Tier 9s. The biggest tank you're going to see in this is a Tier 9, but a 4502B, an STI, and an M103. All 3 of them have the great frontal armor, great turret armor. That 4502B, the only place I'm going to pen him is in the rear. I do take a couple shots at him here, and you'll see, not even think I should have, that was a waste of rounds. One thing I have been doing is the mistake, I've been watching my stats, and they've gone down a little bit recently, because I've been making the mistake of trying to cover a side by myself, and I'm not doing it anymore. If I see one flank empty, I'm not going over there anymore and trying to hold it by myself, because if the team are a bunch of retards, I'm not going to sit there and get romple stomped, get the shit kicked out of me, and do all of 300 damage and get knocked out of the match and have it really affect my stats, which it's been doing recently substantially. I mean, my win 8's gone down like, I think 11 or 12 points and within the last week. And it's because I'll see an empty flank and I go over there and I'll try, and it's just not worth it. So what I've been doing when I see a flank that no one's going to, I just ignore it. Don't even go to it. And of course, that's what happens here. Do you see anything going to the right? Nope. And I knew nothing was. We got a T-34-100 heading over there by himself, and I was not going to go over there and get romple stomped with him. So I said, the hell with that, and I went over here where the tank destroyers and all the mediums, like our Bat Chat, he should have been the first one to go up there. You know, Tier 9 Bat Chat, and where's he going to go? He's going to go up here and Shy Snipe. So, I'm finally learning my lesson to, try and watch out for myself. Even though, I don't want the team to lose, obviously. But I'm not going to go up there by myself and get myself, knock the snot out, get the snot knocked out of me, because no one else goes up there with me. I said, screw it, I'm done doing it. What I was hoping is that some of our heavies or something would get up here and light the tanks that were heading up the hill there, but their team was a wee bit slow on getting up the hill, so you can see that our tank destroyers and our whole team made it up into the castle already. So I figured I'd go low and see what I could light down low and see if I can get some shots on this KV-5. What I've been doing though is I've been playing a lot more, I'd say, well, safe. I should have aimed the back a little bit further, and I could have knocked his track off, and he would have been sitting there setting duck unless he used his unless he hadn't used his repair kit yet, and I could have sat there and just pummeled him. But I shot too forward of his drive wheel, and so I wasn't able to. And I took that shot and completely donked it. I take the KV-5 out. I see that 4502B over there, and I think, okay, I'll take a couple shots into it. In the front, yeah, that's not going to happen. 241 pen. His lower plate's 200 millimeters, upper plate's 200 millimeter, and he's angled. Not going to go through it. I thought, I'll try one more at his turret. I looked. If he wouldn't have started moving his turret, that might have penned him. Probably 50-50 chance, but as soon as he spun it towards me, yeah, it wasn't going through. So I figured I'm not going to do any good here. I can't there's no way I'm going to pen the 4502B. So I thought I'd try coming up here and get a different angle on some of the tanks, and it's just nothing happening. And then I noticed by watching my mini map, like I said, if I would have went that way, look at all the tanks over here. Would have been romple stomped. That 34-100 that went that way, dead. I think the Leo must have went that way with him too, because he got knocked out. I'm like, why is no one shooting that building out? CDC is, you know, he'll have his goose cooked if somebody would shoot it out. I mean, it's a destructible building. So I figured I'll at least shoot the building out. My round petered out and didn't go through the building and then him, which was kind of a bummer. He thought he was going to get out of there. Now I got to start getting nailed by an MO1, and I couldn't figure out where the hell the rounds were coming from. That's when I figured out. At first I thought he was shooting me from over here. But then I figured out, nope, he shooting me from over here when I saw that last one. But you can see one round went right through my turret there. I don't know if any more went through my turret. I think it was just the one shot went through the turret there. Got some scratches on my turret, though. You can see there's one there that hit and bounced. And then it looked like a couple rounds right here and right here. I'm not sure where else he penned me. But, yeah, so couldn't figure out where he was, so I just started wiggling and backing up. And I got behind that building and I saw something, I think it was a Tiger 2, started going to the right. So I thought, you know, I'm going to go with him and see if we can figure out where this MO1 is and get him knocked out. It's kind of bummed I missed that shot. He pulled forward at the perfect time. If he would have not pulled forward there, I would have penned him. But as he pulled forward, it just hit the corner of his turret, and yeah, it wasn't going through. So you can see the Type 59's got decent pickup, decent speed. Just it's not anything like it used to be. I mean, it is definitely not the Type 59 of old. Yeah, I hit him at, that's why I was able to pen his turret, because he had, hit, the angle he was on gave me a nice flat spot, versus if he were aiming right at me, it, like that one hit him right in the side. But like, now if he would have been aimed at me like that, there's no way I would have penned him. The Tiger 2 finishes him off, and I see a little snack here, the A44. And I don't know if he was AFK. No, he wasn't AFK. He moved. Oh, he couldn't get his... I don't think maybe he could get his gun pointed enough at me or something. That must have been what it was. Well, that was kind of dumb of me to go left, then. I should have stayed to the right. I forgot the turret on that only goes probably about a 45, maybe a 50-degree turn on it. Now, here in a second, I start getting some really bad lag, so that's why I took a couple hits here. It started lagging, and by the time I realized they were even shooting at me, I'd already been hit before I could even pull back. If you look and watch that little light right there, it just turned red a few seconds ago, and I think if you watch, it'll turn red here again. Yeah, it just turned red. I was getting some pretty nice side shots on these guys. Really sucks when your game starts lagging, though. I mean, see, yeah, Pershing, all he got was a track shot on me, knocked my track off. I don't think he did any damage on that shot, but he did knock my track off. But you'll see, I got a nick. I knew I wasn't gonna pen the STI, but I knew I could at least knock his track off and keep him there. I was going to slide down the hill, but then I looked, I'm like, oh, I ain't going down that side of the hill. So I figured I'll go down the road, go down the hill this way, so that way I don't get myself killed sliding down a hill, because I've only got 297 hit points left, and these hills, if you hit them the wrong way or too fast, you can knock yourself out. But all I got left is an RHM, and I had a AP round loaded, so I figured, well, up here in a second you'll see me load a HE instead. But he ends up getting knocked out before I get up there. He's actually giving up a pretty good fight, I'll give him that. Thought I was going to get around here and be able to schmuck him, but somebody knocks him out just as I come around this corner. I was like, darn it all. So I give him one for good measure. Just for shits and giggles. So anyways, that was the match, and if you want to hold on for a second, I will have the post-game stats for you. So that was the results of the match in the Type 59. That was a Mastery Badge Class 1. Fire for Effect, Duelist, excuse me, Bruiser. Yep, Fire for Effect and Bruiser. Get so many of those sometimes you get them screwed up. It was a decent match. Excuse me. You can see I had a little bit of lag issue towards the end of the match there. But I was still able to pull it off. But unfortunately, I got hit a couple times. Normally, I probably would have been able to pull back in time. But with the lag, by the time he had fired, you know, and I was hit, it was just, you know, with that lag, it really, God, it's irritating. But hit the STI and knocked out his track and injured his commander. Hit him twice for 493. The MO1 put 2 rounds through him for 509. And I believe one of the rounds, or actually both the rounds, hit him in the turret, but it was on the way it was kind of like the side angle where it was kind of flat, so that's why I was able to go through it. And straight on, I can guarantee it wouldn't have gone through. KV5 knocked his fuel tank, knocked out his track, hit him twice for 361 and killed him. The CDC hit him twice for 428 and killed him. Their Pershing knocked out his track, hit him once for 209. Wow, that was a really low roll. 240 average damage, I believe, on this gun. 250. Wow, that was a super low roll. Wow. Hit the A44 a couple times, knocked out his track, and then destroyed his track, hit him 3 times, and for 740. Boy, I wasn't really paying attention to the rolls when I was shooting them, but looks like I was getting some low rolls on this match. I came in second highest in damage, and first in base experience at 1145. Had 21 shots, 16 hit, and 12 pen. I shot nothing but premium, just for the fact that with the Type 59, the standard round in a Tier 9 match, 181, yeah, you ain't going through stuff. Some of the stuff I, like, what was the A44? Yeah, that I could have probably went through no problem, but, you know, I really didn't care. I just wanted to make sure I penetrated and did as much damage as I could. So, 21 hits, or shots, 16 hit, 12 pen for 2,740 damage. I was hit 5 times, 3 penetrated, 2 bounced. So I bounced 320 damage. One of those must have been like a track shot or something. Because I can't think of any tanks that were in that match that shot 110, or, excuse me, 110, jeez, 150, yeah, I'm not thinking of any of these tanks that actually only hit for about 150. Yeah, none of them. So one must have been a track shot too, because those are counted as a hit. Damage 6, destroyed 2. Damage caused with my assistance was 570. Made 96,035 credits, but you can see that a lot was for resupplying ammo, 88,252. Repairing the tank, and resupplying my consumable because I used a repair kit, I think. I can't remember if I used a first aid kit or not. But you can see when I play a lot of my matches in the critical hits, you see the his track, his track, his track, his track. I always aim for tracks because that way you hit them in that drive wheel, you can do damage, but also you'll knock off their track, and then your teammates can, also do some shooting at them, and then you get more points for knocking their track off, and your teammates, just damage them or destroying them. So I always try and make sure I get track shots in there. So anyways, that was the Type 59, and if you ever get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. It's a great tank. Not as good as it used to be before they nerfed it. It was a beast. A lot faster, better pen, just everything. Just take the tank and times it by 2, and that's what it used to be. So, I mean, and it's still a good tank, but it's just not close to what it used to be when I first bought it. And it's upsetting that, I paid, I don't know, $50 or whatever for the tank when it came out, and then they nerf it, and it's like, give me some of my money back, And I think that's why they quit doing that, is they had so many people complaining that, if I pay $50 for something, I don't want a tank that's worth $14 when you're done nerfing the shit out of it. I wish they would take the Type 59 and put it back the way it was, considering, I didn't get a refund of any of my money when they nerfed it. It's kind of irritating. But, yeah, that'll be a cold day in hell. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. And subscribe to the channel. I'd like to have you. So you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.